So, hello, fellow Earthlings. This is Earthling 6455463728. And why am I not jealous of my friend's success? I have two friends that, not really close, I guess, not anymore. Um, but they are pretty successful. One of them, I think he works for, he's like, is an AI person at some insurance company. And the other guy, he works for one of these, WHOs or something like that. Or maybe it's, one of those United Nations outfits. And they're not like multimillionaires or anything. They both kind of live, no, they don't both live hand to mouth. One of my friends is a little bit more loose with the cash than the other, but they both do significantly better than I do, especially seeing as they don't have to take care of their families like I do with respect to my uncle. Uh, so why is it that I am not jealous of these guys? Well, fact is that, when I learned of their successes in life, I have to say something inside of me was like, like, kick to the gut kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, maybe I am jealous of this. But at the times when I learned about it, I kind of had, you know, my own ideas of where my entrepreneurship would lead. And I just thought to myself, well, yeah, I'll do better than them at some point, I guess, because the potential that I saw for um, being a programmer and freelance programmer and so on, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do pretty good. That has not panned out the way that I would have liked. For some reason, uh, people don't know what to do with a programmer, like regular people to whom I would be trying to engage with to make like custom programs and so on. It's even to the point where, I have made a program for my sister. She's like, yeah, I need this. And I made it for her. And she still doesn't know what to tell people that I do. She doesn't know how to describe it, even though she is a customer. So that's kind of crazy. I guess she can't tell people what the benefit of it is. Well, I let me just go into it and say that as a custom programmer, it's like, I don't know exactly to describe it, but the point is that there are many things that you can get with a stock program. You can go look in and find the best one. And the thing about it is that it is a bit like that song from that girl, Build a Bee. This isn't Build a Bee. Well, it is Build a Bee. You can build exactly what you want. And that can allow you to reduce the hassle in your business life, in your personal life. You just get something that works exactly how you want. No if, and, buts, nothing. So, and that's the benefit of having things like that. It can accumulate over years. And once it's paid itself off, then it starts making money, or at least saving you money. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Um, right now, though, my friends have been and continue to be successful. And yeah, I don't feel jealous in any way, shape, or form. Um, because one of the things that my lack of success has given to me is I have a lot of free time. And because of that free time, I can do things that my friends would not be able to do. For example, I can take care of my uncle and I can make sure that he has the best care that he has. I mean, he's been on a steady and unfortunate decline for more than 5 years, and his care is still what I find to be acceptable. Not even acceptable, pretty good, because I'm looking out for his nutrition. I am making sure that he gets changed regularly throughout the day because it's apparently, and still the way that he can communicate, it's uncomfortable to be in a soaked brief. So when I realized that, we've had people who've come to assist and they couldn't, for whatever reason, they just could not, um, or they just didn't make the point to go ahead and change him regularly, or make sure that he eats enough, or make sure that he eats at all. I mean, it takes a certain amount of determination to make sure that he eats, and you have to figure out what works best and do it. So I'm pretty happy that I'm doing right by him, and I would not be able to do that if I was a success, quote unquote, out there in the business world with a bunch of money. And I've been able to travel in ways that even my sister is also a financial success, but she doesn't have the spare time and she's frustrated and stuff by the stuff in her life at her job. I think she recently switched jobs because she wasn't happy at one. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to get up at the assigned time. I don't have the project that has to get done by this time because the client is going to be upset and da da da. I mean, even if I was running my own business, I would just tell the client, yo, this is not going to be ready at the time that I said. So you have to wait 2 weeks extra or whatever. I don't normally do stuff like that, but I could, if I was. But yeah, I like this life, even if so in a way, I guess I've kind of fallen into my own success. Um, I don't spend a bunch of money, so what small amounts of money I do have, it gets saved. It's kind of like being in the army, and they give you food, they give you accommodations, and you're not making $1 million in the army, but at the same time, all of that money is being saved up, it's accumulated. So when you do leave, you have, whoa, I've got some money. So so yeah, that's pretty much it because I guess I'm not unhappy with my life, and the things that my friends do to for their jobs, um, and the places that they live in order to, like if you're uh, a programmer or something, maybe you really need to be in Silicon Valley, or if you're into entertainment, you really need to be in New York, or you need to be in Hollywood or something like that. Yeah, well, in Hollywood is not like horrible, I suppose. Um, Neither is New York. I don't like it too cold myself, anyway. But the deal is that I don't have to do things that I don't want to do, especially at times when I don't want to do them. And that kind of freedom, you can't exactly put a price on it. And plus that, I'm able to look at my life and say, okay, I may have 40, 50, 30 more years of life in me. What do I want to be happy with at the end of it and say, oh wow, yeah, I did that. That was really cool. I can do that. I can make a really crazy long-term goal and say, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to visit 100 different countries in the world and make a plan to do that and do the research that I need to do that, to accomplish that. And yeah, I know people have gone out there and gone to all the countries in the world. You know, you go outside the airport and then you count that as being in the country, and then you just jump on another plane and then I don't really want to, quote unquote, just have a record. Well, I was going to say enjoy, but just have a record for the sake of having a record. I'd like to, you know, if I'm in a hospital and there's a heartbeat monitor going beep, 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 beep in the background, and I know I might have a couple days or a couple weeks ahead of me in life, I can look back on my life and say, yeah, that was really cool. And yeah, that was really cool. And I'm sure my friends can do the same things, but every day I feel pretty good about my life, and I would like to accomplish some really, you know, cool things. But since I'm doing what I'm happy to be doing every day, uh, part of which is making sure that I'm uh, treating my uncle well. It's not like my have to do responsibility, but every day I can say, yeah, he's fed, he's clothed, he's been, you know, I've done what I could do for him. I have read up on a whole bunch of things that I thought were really interesting to me. That, in the middle of feeding him or something else, I might just wonder, like, what is a roundhouse kick good for? I mean, why is that better than a front kick? You know? And I can go Google that and see if there's any real scientific investigation into that. Or, I can ask myself or check, why is it that people get ingrown hairs? How can I avoid that? Like if that's a problem that I have, for example. Or I can look up like, how much calcium do I need? And the amount of food, different types of food that I eat. Am I getting enough calcium? And I look up all the different foods and I'm like, whoa, that's a problem. And then I fix it by adjusting my diet. So it's like I can make these 1% improvements and or not improvements, but like I can get smarter. I can get smarter by, yeah, you know, uh, every day I can improve my life a little bit. Like, and I have the time to think about it and evaluate and see, okay, this isn't working. But if your life is just full and you're just doing things one back to back to back to back to back to back, you don't have that time to stop and smell the roses and all this other stuff. So, yeah, I've assessed my life. I don't have a trunk full of money, but there's a lot of ways that I feel I accomplish what that money would have supposedly been for, in ways that I don't see people who have a bunch of money actually doing. Like, money is supposed to make your life better. If you have a bunch of money, but you don't have the time or the space or, you know, the lack of stress to take a proper assessment of your life and say, do I really want to be here? Then what's the point of it? So, yeah, sorry for hitting the mic. I have to go back and check and see if that will make me need to scrap this thing or what. But, yeah, so that's why I'm not jealous of my friends. Um, or anybody, really, because In many instances, in many different, if I compare myself to other people, I realize, well, we didn't really start from the same place. If you are the CEO of some company, I might think I started from the same place as you, but we probably didn't. Yeah, there's something in there. Let me dig. I don't really want to dig, but I if I dug, I knew I could figure out why you were here and I'm here. But aside from any of that, if somebody came to me right now and they said, "Hey, do you want to be the CEO?" No, thank you. Why? Why would I want that responsibility? And well, you're going to get all this money. I have been offered jobs where I was going to get significant amount of position and blah blah blah, and I've been like, no, thank you. Actually, some of them have been almost like I didn't really have to do that much, but at the time I thought that no, my entrepreneurship will pay off and I'll have all that money and all that time at the same time. Now I realize that all that time is worth a lot more than all of that money. So anyway, thanks for listening if you did. Peace.